double checking a couple of things here. Thanks to everybody for checking in for the last couple of nights. Didn't see anything in the way of severe weather taking place. Did have some storms this morning, but beyond that, we really didn't have too much of anything else going on. And hard to believe, but we are online for our weather blog almost exactly on time this time around. So nice to be able to actually get things going as per necessary. So apologies for the delay in the last couple of nights, but unfortunately got, as I've said before, being the editor, the producer, the director, the host of all of this kind of gets a little bit difficult sometimes to make certain that everything is in working order before we get to where we've been going. So thanks a lot to everybody for stopping by, for again checking in for what's going on with Weather Overtime. For those of you who have never been here before, this is our online video weather blog keeping you updated as to what's going on, and that should do it. Our audio is good, so everybody should be able to see and hear me. And let's go ahead and get going for tonight. Again, from News 12 in downtown Chattanooga, Tennessee, southeastern United States, North America, Western Hemisphere, planet Earth, somewhere in the solar system. Thanks a lot for joining us for tonight. It is just past 10:15 Eastern Time. I'm going to give you the concise amount here for what's going on tonight because we don't really have, again, for tonight, not really a lot going on. So we will continue to bring you updates on what's going on with the forecast and a little bit more about what you can do when it comes to severe weather purposes, how to get trained on that a little later on. Thanks to Crystal Stone from Dalton, Georgia. Beautiful view from a purple shaded tulip, or perhaps that's a deep crimson. Not too sure exactly according to what my monitor says, but that's our Langley Roofing weather window picture of the day. And if you have not heard and would like to submit one of your pictures, we'd love to see them and show them, but there's new ways you can do this. Again, pictures@wdef.com. That's the email address. You can drop them to our social media pages, Facebook, X, or Instagram, into the comments section with a description or a location at the very least, so we can tell everybody what you were looking at or where you were instead of having to make it up along the way. This is brand new. This is our new website address you can go to, where you can both drop off your pictures and see what everybody else is doing when it comes to those pictures. So go to wdef.com/photos if you'd like to submit your pictures, or again, take a look in the gallery to see what has happened in about the last week or so. We'd love to be able to see what you're seeing out there. Heading out the door in the morning, it's not going to be rainy. It could be a little chilly, and the clouds may be sticking around. So we'll call it mostly cloudy in the morning. We'll be going toward partly cloudy, call it a cloud-sun mix throughout the day. Comfortable temperatures, a little bit warmer than today, back into the mid to upper 60s. We did manage to wind up with 1.33 inches of rainfall. That's not too bad. That's not exactly flash flooding territory, but it did give us a decent amount of rainfall, so nice to be able to see that. Low temperature of 57, the normal low 44, record low 19, set back in 1894, 5 years before my grandfather was born. 84 degrees in 1910 and 61 the high temperature. Decently close on the temperatures for today, but again, it's that rainfall amount that has put us above board for both the month and for the year. For the year, we're only about 1/4 inch ahead, 3/4 inch ahead where it comes to the rainfall, but at least we managed to pick up some more rain. I should have taken my allergy medications because even though the rain washed a lot of the pollen away, it has been a return to some very allergy-filled conditions out there for tonight. So not going to see too much in the way of relief from that, unfortunately, anytime soon. From the Bailey's Heating and Air Camera, spectacular sunset earlier tonight as the clouds finally cleared their way out of the picture, and temperatures at the Chattanooga airport back into the lower to mid 50s. Occasional breeze southeast at about 3 miles per hour, but other than that, things are very much on the quiet side and should be staying that way for much of the area tonight. Beautiful sunset light around the area of downtown on the Tennessee Aquarium camera, and Sylvester the Spider has outdone himself tonight with a nice web all the way across the camera. A few folks out and about for a nice stroll in downtown, down toward the aquarium parking lot, but it looks like, again, some decently quiet conditions across the area for this evening. The rainfall has basically gone. There's not much left of it at this point, and that is going to do it for the chances of rainfall. There are some scattered light showers well on down to our south and east around Atlanta and back over into the Carolinas, back to the east-southeast of I-85, but beyond that, things are decently quiet, and it looks like they should be staying that way into the rest of the forecast, so there's really not much left over from that. We've got dry air circulating in from behind a cold front, which is basically right on top of us for right now, and that is going to, again, give us the potential of some drier air coming our way. Apologies for this. We're doing some testing of some on-air stuff, so we had to leave this on here for right now. We're seeing, again, the cold front making its way through and drier air coming our direction, and that'll give us the potential of some more areas of cool conditions for now, but really not seeing much of anything in the way of rain for several more days to come. So chilly tomorrow morning, lower to mid 40s for low temperatures, mid 60s for highs, a few upper 60s to low 70s around Atlanta and northern Georgia. We'll get into Thursday morning, again, a chilly start to the day, lower 40s there. And then Thursday, looking at temperatures back into the lower to mid 60s. After that, high pressure dives south of us, and again, air around high pressure in the northern hemisphere rotates clockwise. So as we go from Friday morning into Friday afternoon, that area of high pressure starts to send more moisture and some warmer air up our direction. And then we get into the weekend. The clouds will be sticking around. There is the possibility of some showers back to our north with a passing storm system, but really not seeing much of anything for us anytime soon where it comes to rainfall. Matter of fact, the best possibility we've got, and a beautiful sunset as well around the area of Island Cove Marina and Resorts. And again, we continue to see some very quiet conditions for now. For the time being, it looks like we are going to be seeing less in the way of rainfall anytime soon, but we could see the potential of some problems with rainfall again next week. It is the potential of that coming up, but for right now, I really don't see anything major, huge taking place. So good news on that. But if you are going to be traveling, stay tuned. We'll let you know more about that coming up in the next few days. All right, so for the rest of Holy Week coming up, temperatures back into the mid-60s through Thursday, 70s on Good Friday, and we get into some very mild numbers into next week as well. Good Friday, temperatures back in the lower 70s. Over the weekend, mid-70s, pushing 80 degrees for Easter Sunday. Those Easter sunrise services, especially for those that will be held outdoors, temperatures will not be looking too bad. It'll be a cool start to the day, and I've been to some chilly outdoor sunrise services for Easter, so hopefully that's not too bad there. And then for April Fool's Day, next Monday, no fooling around with these temperatures, looking very nice there. Next best chance of rainfall coming our way as we look into next week. Tuesday, that's the closest chance of rainfall we've got to us. So beyond that, there's just really not that much happening at this point. Now, does this mean severe weather? Possible at this time of the year, but there's no indications of anything happening that far in advance, so we'll have to watch that very carefully. So again, for the high holy days coming up for Maundy Thursday, Good Friday, Holy Saturday, and Easter Sunday, no problems at all being seen at this point. So I think we've got some very quiet conditions and some dry weather for most of the area that we've got coming up. So if you got plans for outdoors, for those Sunday school Easter egg hunts, those Easter egg rolls, anything going on outdoors, no problems at all for right now. A little breezy coming up on Thursday, but that's, again, really about all that we have to talk about for right now. So very much on the quiet side, and looking like it is probably going to stay that way for the time being. Want to let everybody know about this because a couple of things to talk about. Number one, we want to make certain everybody's ready for severe weather. And as the in-person severe weather events have come to a close for this semester, the next time we'll see any Skywarn classes will be probably about October or November, the in-person show up and take the course type classes. But if you can't wait until then, go to meted, METED.UCAR, University Corporation for Atmospheric Research .edu. You can take the Skywarn course online at any point in time, take the course's quiz, get your certification, and become a Skywarn spotter. Then you can contact wherever you happen to be, your county National Weather Service office where you live. You can give them your phone number. You can pick up their phone number so you can call them or they can call you when it comes to storms going past a particular area, and then you can tell them what you are seeing and experiencing, and then they can tell people like me, my colleagues here at News 12, and everybody else in the community what you saw, because you're a Skywarn volunteer and you know what to look for. So that is, again, something to really take into account. If you'd like to be a Skywarn spotter, at your leisure, you can take this course, but this is the busiest time of the year for severe weather, so this is the time to make sure that you're ready to go on that. So remember, meted.ucar.edu. If you didn't catch that, or you need a repeat, rewind this video, or you can email me here at News 12, and you can see a little bit more about what to take a look at there and how easy it is to become a Skywarn spotter. So please consider doing that. One other thing, well, two other things Ashley would like to talk about. Trying to do a little bit more in the way of environmental information here. So our Down to Earth, Your Environment segment, we're going to try to start featuring this on a more regular basis. But from CO2.earth, the carbon dioxide level of the atmosphere went way past the 350 line back in about 1990, and we blew past 400 not too long ago, and we're still heading in the wrong direction. So this is from February, and comparing Februaries of the last few years, you can see just where the problem is, that we're continuing to ascend. There's no pause, there's no leveling out. It's just all a one steady climb, and that is in the exact opposite direction of where we need it to go to. So if you'd like to keep track of your planet's CO2 and find out why it's important to keep track of that and why we need to get rid of fossil fuels as soon as possible, you can go to co2.earth, or you can go to my social media pages for more on that. Now, this is really cool, and this is sponsored by the United Nations Environment Program. It's called Young Champions of the Earth, and the nominations for the 2024 United Nations Environment Program, Young Champions Program, is open now and will close on April the 5th. So if you know anybody who fits the program, anyone between 18 to 30 years old, showing exceptional potential to help protect the environment. They're looking for groundbreaking ideas, young people implementing groundbreaking ideas and solutions that showcase nature's potential in addressing the triple planetary crisis of climate change, biodiversity, nature's loss, and pollution. Again, nominations are open, but they will close in about a week and a half on April the 5th. This was launched in Nairobi, Kenya on February 27th. And if you'd like to find out more, you can go to their website at unep.org if you'd like to know more about that. This information tweeted to us from Inger Anderson, who's the executive director of the United Nations Environment Program and United Nations Under-Secretary General. So a great opportunity to be able to put words into action and to get information in regards to what is we all can do, not just young people, but what everybody can do to inspire everybody else to protect the planet and keep our home in space a livable home in space. This is very much on the important side. This is not political. If you want to call it that, that's your right, but you'd be mistaken. There's nothing to do here with politics. So you can take that and pretty much just throw it out the window, because this is all about your home, my home in space, and about keeping it livable. And we all need to do stuff to protect that as much as possible. So United Nations Environment Program, good opportunity to learn more there about what you and I can both do to help out on that. Okay, from our friendinroofing.com weather poll of the day, weather/science poll from the United States Geological Survey: rainwater is the purest form of water. Is that true or false? Well, 92% of you said false, and that would be correct. The rainwater that falls out of the air You have animal dander. You can have minor bits of feathers and all kinds of other animal leftover stuff being blown into the air. You can have dust. You can have pollution from carbon dioxide from fossil fuel engines, smog. A lot of different chemicals can go on through there. So while rainwater is decently clean, it can pick up a lot of the impurities of the atmosphere, and then it rains out and it becomes rainwater, gets absorbed by the ground. The most pure water is filtered water, the stuff that we take out of our taps and out of our wells, and we run it through a filter to get rid of those impurities. That is the most pure water you can possibly get. Rainwater, that's not bad. There's also a good reason why you shouldn't eat hailstones, because you don't know what's in the center of that particular hailstone. It could be a bunch of microbes, it could be dust, it could be sand, it could be just about anything. So again, definitely making certain that your water is clean, partly what the United Nations Environment Program is about. And thanks to FriendinRoofing.com for being our sponsor for our weather/science poll of the day. Use the QR code on your screen to get there, or go to WDEF.com/vote now if you'd like to participate. New poll goes up at midnight, so find out more again and pay attention to what's going on with that on our website. That should pretty much do it for tonight. There's no severe weather. There's hardly really much of any other weather going on at this time. So we've got some very decently quiet conditions, and looks like it'll stay that way for the next several days. So we really don't have too much of anything happening for right now, and little to report for tonight. So this will be a nice quiet wrap up, and we'll go ahead and send you back to your regular Tuesday evening to give you an idea as to what's going on out there. Keep it tuned for Chip Chapman's forecast. He's bright and early on Wednesday morning at 5 a.m. I'll be back on the evening show tomorrow. Hopefully I'll remember my allergy medication, because boy, howdy, I could use it right now. And hopefully, again, getting rid of some of that pollen helped, but as of right now, it looks like most of the pollen is back, and with a vengeance, so not really helping out when it comes to clear passageways anytime soon. All right, that'll wrap it up. I'm Chief Meteorologist Austin Onek, live and direct from downtown Chattanooga, Tennessee, USA, planet Earth. Thanks for joining us for tonight. We'll have more coming up. Dave Staley will be in with the news on News 12 at 11. I'll have your forecast. Rick Nyman has all the sports details tonight. And, of course, more information available, always available at WDEF.com. Thanks for joining us. Hope you have a nice night tonight, a safe and happy Wednesday. And, of course, we'll see you back here for more coming up tomorrow night on News 12's Weather Overtime. Thanks for joining us for Tuesday evening.